Welcome to Drayton Manor for day 4 of this. I've done everything already. Yeah, all done. It is a grey and foggy day. So last time I was here, it was like the late noughties. It's been a while, but yeah. So I don't remember most of it, but this is definitely the kind of park that I am not the target market for. This is a very family-friendly park. So, but hey, Gold Rush is pretty good. We're gonna go head on now. So it turns out they changed the layout of Gold Rush from 2 p.m. onwards. It's a timed thing. Additionally, Shockwave's pretty good. A bit short though. But overall, it's yeah, Gold Rush is pretty good. It's an alright park. Yeah, just heading in now. It's just I know every ride is on one train operations at the moment, which is very slow. Not a fan of the one train ops, especially on Shockwave. It's brutal, absolutely brutal for the length of ride. I mean, Family Boomerang, you get what you pay for, but it could be better if they just threw an extra train on Gold Rush, throw an extra train on Shockwave. But overall, it's an alright park. It's not as good as the other 3 I went to. It's not as good as the Merlin parks, but yeah, very family friendly. But it's alright. Gold Rush is pretty decent. Shockwave's pretty decent. Thor was surprisingly good. So yeah, solid family park. Now hopefully this queue ain't gonna be too long. Okay, so Gold Rush, pretty cool having the 2 different routes. It's neat. It's neat, yeah, both good. Both good. Similarly good. Shockwave time. Another thing I want to note about the park is that almost every single place that does food is closed. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. I mean, there's a fish and chip place that's open. There's one other stand that does overpriced bland hot dogs. But most of the food places are closed. This is not a particularly well-run park.
Practice the magic spell, everybody.
That's it. I'm going back to Shockwave.
You see, Laurie, I've actually forgotten the magic spell.
Don't worry, Rory. I'll tell you again. The magic spell is
Wow. Okay. Could have called that. I could have put money on that one. We're heading over to the wave. You can see it back there. I mistakenly called it Shockwave earlier. I wish it was still Shockwave. So that's the wave. The real difference between Shockwave and the wave is that Shockwave was a standing coaster. It was England's only standing coaster, and the wave is a sitting down with a lap bar coaster. So there's a little bit of a difference there. Would have loved to have tried it when it was a standing coaster, Again, it was England's only standing coaster, so, we've lost something unique there. It's alright. It's a perfectly alright roller coaster. I don't know, slightly subpar B&M, but I suppose it is meant to be a little smaller for kids, I guess. The inversions are cool. I wish it gave us a little bit more. I think when it was standing coaster, it had that selling point that made it different. And you probably don't want to be on there too long if it's a standing coaster. But now that it's a sitting coaster, it just feels somewhat lacking, I guess. But between that and Gold Rush, I don't know, we got 2 okay roller coasters here. Nonetheless, the wave was actually my 70th roller coaster credit. So, good progress, not far from 100. We'll get there. I don't know, just takes a couple of visits to Germany, a trip to Magic Mountain, I can reach 100. Next year, that's the goal. That's gonna be the goal. But I don't know, we'll go ahead on Shockwave. the wave again. I'll get it right eventually. We'll go ahead on the wave again. And I don't know how much more I'm really going to do today. Pretty under the weather. It is cold today, but we'll see. We'll see. But overall, yeah. Bit of a middling park. Definitely not quite on the level of the Merlin parks, but I don't know. It wasn't overly expensive or anything, so you get what you pay for. It just does not match up to Thorpe or Alton, or I think even Chessington was better. It might just have been the weather. And some idiots are getting on this water ride. It's freezing. It's, yeah. Wave time. Oh, I just managed to get off the wave again. Yeah, pretty good. Just short. It's a little bit too short for the queue. I heard people on my row saying, or row behind me saying they queued an hour. I wouldn't queue an hour per se, but just looking for the photo. Yeah.
That is quality.
Yeah,
That is really
bit
good.
short.
Yeah.
I mean, I queue 5 minutes, so I guess it's okay, but I wouldn't queue an hour like the regular people. Not a chance. A little too short. But little rough for having new cars only a year ago. On the mainly on the inversions. I mean, that's a 0G roll and 2 corkscrews, a little bit rough. The vertical loop's fine. But you know, still pretty solid, I guess. You know, we get the snapshot in front of the wave sign. Yeah, look at that. Here we go. Got it. Yeah. Overall, my first impressions of I say first. I don't really remember the first time I came here. So my second sort of first impressions of Drayton Manor. Okay, that's a big splash. It isn't. It isn't all that. It's fine. I've still enjoyed coming out though. It's been nice to do the 4-day thing. You know, it's been quite an interesting experience for my 22nd, but I probably won't come back to Drayton for a little while, especially considering because this isn't a Merlin park. My annual pass does not cover this place. But hey, fun experience to do one-off, you know. They got some stuff here that's quite a bit more intense than I would expect for a family park. They got this big old, they got that big old swingy thing back there. That's like that thing in Saudi that's splitting off. Yeah, not particularly big on those, but there's also a lot of kids. Way too many kids compared to other parks. I know, it's not really a huge problem when you go to like Alton Towers, because like you go towards like the Smiler, no little kids are going to be queuing for the Smiler, no little kids are queuing for Oblivion. So you know, it's a little different. But here it's little kids everywhere on everything, so it's busy. I guess one of the main draws for Drayton Manor is that it is home to Thomas Land. Yeah, that's here. Now, this is the one thing I do remember when I came back in the late noughties, early 10s, whatever it was hopping around here as a wee little un. Ain't been in here for a long time, so this is the one thing I do remember. But, no, it's, yeah, so this draws a lot of kids, and then they go on everything else. Oh, they've actually got queue times. Okay, main queue for Gold Rush is 85, Wave is 35. Yeah, nowhere here in front of the rides actually has proper queue times. Like I said, it's way behind the Merlin parks in terms of technological advancement. Like, normally you go to a theme park ride, there's a there's a thing on the front that tells you how long the queue is going to be. None. There's none of that here. There's no queue time screens. There's hardly ever separate lines for Fast Pass and Easy Access Pass. Half of them are just in the exit. So, you know, it's nowhere near the kind of level of advancement of the other parks. But I don't know. I'm gonna go see if it is short to get on the old troublesome trucks. That was one of my first roller coasters. Don't know how to get around there. Must be around the yeah, it's around the other side. But yeah. Yeah, that roller coaster back there is one of the first ones I ever did. That must have been credit number 2 or 3 or something. And then number 1 was at Alton. That was the BC. Yeah, that was an early one. And then it may have been something at Legoland Windsor. It may have been that. It may have been something at Disney. But I know that was an early one for me. Very early. So, you know. It seems like your standard kiddie coaster. I mean, it looks pretty similar to that one I did at SeaWorld. Which means it'll probably be hell if I try and get on it. Like, I'll probably get battered. But, I mean, what's a little more battering after what I've already had to go through with a rattlesnake and what would I get battered on the other day? Colossus. You know, after all these, you know, I could do a little bit more getting battered, so maybe we can make it work. But, you know, they've done a good job with this part of the park, and that's obviously the main draw here, is having a good kid zone. It's yeah, Drayton. Day 4 of my little trip. Yeah, I remember doing all this when I was little. It was certainly an experience. But I'm probably going to wrap it up here, actually. I don't think there's much more I could say that I haven't already said. But hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the whole 4-day experience across the parks and whatever. That's going to be it for theme park content, like in the parks, until solidly into next year now. Not sure when next year, but at some point next year. So yeah, I guess that's it for now. But I'll probably do another video about the 4 parks and comparing them. But until then, that's going to be it. I've got another video coming soon on Halloween Horror Nights I got to get out before the end of the month. I've got an Epic Universe ride ranking list coming out. And I might actually rank all the roller coasters I've done this year, because I've done a good amount. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. And say hi to Thomas. Hello. Goodbye.